Hi, I'm Roma and I'm going to tell you about one of the main materials that we use to build our structures, and that's metal. So metals are quite special as a material because they're made up of a lattice of crystals. So there's tiny little crystals that attract each other and have bonds that make them the special material that they are. Now, iron is a great material as well, but the problem with iron is that the crystals are quite malleable, they move around. So I've got this very tasty demonstration happening here. So I've got some Maltesers, I've got some chocolate covered raisins, and what I'm going to demonstrate is the way that the metallic lattice works in iron. So if I just put my hand over this and try and roll it around, what you can see is that even though the Maltesers themselves are actually quite crunchy and quite strong, together they're moving around all over the place. And so what engineers tried to do to make the metal a bit stronger is to introduce impurities into the lattice. So I'm going to take these chocolate covered raisins now and kind of sprinkle them around with the Maltesers. And what they're going to hopefully show us is that by having these impurities in there, I'm going to struggle to roll it around as easily. So I'm going to have another go now. And what I'm finding now is that the Maltesers are actually getting stuck around the chocolate covered raisins. So it's now become a more stiff lattice. So that's what we do to iron. We add carbon impurities to the lattice of iron crystals to make it a bit stronger. Now, through history, we tried this in lots of different ways, and we were trying to figure out, well, how much carbon is the right amount of carbon? And we created a few different materials. So we created cast iron, for example, and cast iron, like this biscuit, was quite brittle, so it would snap quite easily. So you'd put it into structures and it would snap. We also created wrought iron, which had a different problem. So wrought iron was a bit more like the softer cookie, where it had ductility, so actually it could absorb force, but it was quite soft. And really, we got the ideal material, which was steel, thanks to this amazing engineer called Henry Bessemer. And to find out more about him, you have to read the book.